Stop! Stop your wailing. You let yourself be overcome by sorrow, you will drown in it.
Have you stopped crying for your children? You make no sounds, but will you ever let them go in your heart?
They are as my flesh.
Then who is distressed? Do I upset the master and the mistress? Do you care less about my loss than their well-being?
Master Ford is a decent man.
He is a slaver.
Under the circumstances.
Under the circumstances, he's a slaver. Will you truckle at his boot?
No.
You luxuriate in his favor.
I survive. I will not fall into despair. I will offer up my talents to Master Ford. I will keep myself hardy till freedom is opportune.
Hark! Hark! Triton! Hark! Bellow! Bid our father, the Sea King, rise from the depths full foul in his fury. Black waves teeming with salt foam to smother this young mouth with pungent slime. To choke ye, engorging your organs till ye turn blue and bloated with bilge and brine and can scream no more. Only when he, crowned in cockle shells, with slithering tentacled tail and steaming beard, take up his fell befinned arm. His coral-tined trident screeches banshee-like in the tempest and plunges right through your gullet.
When you get?
I don't know. Nathan Jr., I think.
Give me here.
There's the instructions.
Oh, he's beautiful.
Yeah, he's awful damn good. I think I got the best one.
I bet they were all beautiful. All babies are beautiful.
This one's awful damn good, though.
Don't you cuss around him.
He's fine, he is. I think it's Nathan Jr.
We are doing the right thing, aren't we, Hi? I mean, they had more than they could handle.
Well, now, honey, we've been over this and over this, and there's what's right and there's what's right, and never the twain shall meet.
But don't you think his mama will be upset? I mean, overly?
Well, of course she'll be upset, sugar, but she'll get over it. She's got 4 little babies, almost as good as this one. It's like when I was robbing convenience stores.
I love him so much.
I know you do, honey.
I love him so much.
I know you do.
I go out of here every morning. I bust my butt putting up with them crackers every day because I like you. You're about the biggest fool I ever saw. It's my job. It's my responsibility. A man is supposed to take care of his family. You live in my house, fill your belly with my food, put your behind on my bed because you're my son. Not because I like you, because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. Now, let's get this straight right here and now before I go along any further. I ain't got to like you. Mr. Rand don't give me my money come payday because he like me. He give it to me because he owe me. Now, I don't give you everything I got to give you. I give you your life. Me and your mama worked that out between us, and liking your black ass wasn't part of the bargain. Now, don't you go through life worrying about whether somebody like you or not. You best be making sure they're doing right by you.
Scanlon? Billy, for Christ's sakes, you must be committed, right? No. You're just a young kid. What are you doing here? You ought to be out in a convertible, bird dogging chicks and banging beaver. What are you doing here, for Christ's sake? What's so funny about that? Well, Jesus, I mean, you guys do nothing but complain about how you can't stand it in this place here, and then you haven't got the guts just to walk out? I mean, what do you think you are, for Christ's sake? Crazy or something? Well, you're not. You're not. You're no crazier than the average asshole out walking around on the streets, and that's it.
Didn't see the first shark for about half an hour. Tiger, 13-footer, you know. You know that when you're in the water, Chief. You tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. What we didn't know was our bomb mission had been so secret. No distress signal had been sent. They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light, Chief. Sharks come cruising. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. You know, it's kind of like old squares in a battle, like you see in a calendar, like the Battle of Waterloo, and the idea was shark comes to the nearest man, that man he starts pounding and hollering and screaming. Sometimes the shark would go away. Sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark, he looks right into you, right into your eyes. You know the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, he doesn't seem to be living until he bites you. And those black eyes roll over white, and then... Oh, then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. The ocean turns red, and in spite of all the pounding and the hollering, they all come in and they rip you to pieces.
We drove out to a place called Moon Lake Casino. We danced the Barsubiana. Suddenly, in the middle of the dance floor, the boy I had married broke away from me and ran out of the casino. A few minutes later, a shot. I ran. All did. All ran and gathered about the terrible thing at the edge of the lake. He stuck a revolver into his mouth and fired. It was because on the dance floor, unable to stop myself, I said, "You're weak. I've lost respect for you. I despise you." And then, the searchlight which had been turned on the world was turned off again. And never, for one moment since, has there been any light stronger than this yellow lantern.
You're a city cop, right? Robbing a bank's a federal offense. They got me on kidnapping, armed robbery. They're gonna bury me, man. I don't want to talk to somebody who's trying to calm me. Get somebody in charge here.
I am in charge.
I don't want
here.
to talk to some flunky pig trying to calm me, man.
You don't have to be calling.
What's he doing?
Will you get back
What
over
are you
there?
moving in there for?
Will you
What's he
get the
doing?
fuck back there?
Huh?
Get back there,
What's
will
he
you?
doing? Look at him with
Come
it.
on, get over there.
Go on back there, man.
Get over there, will you?
He wants to kill me so bad he can taste it.
I'm always going to kill you.
Attica! Attica!
Will you?
Attica! 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 Remember Attica! Go ahead! Go ahead! Throw off the funny old fucking back!
You admit it?
Yes, freely. And you know why? I got this from Mrs. Shaw. Mrs. Epps won't even grab me no soap to clean with. I stink so much I make myself gag. 500 pounds of cotton, day in, day out. More than any man here. And for that I will be clean. That's all I ask.
I knew that Santina was gonna have to go through all this. And Fredo, oh. Fredo was, oh. And I never wanted this for you. I worked my whole life. I don't apologize to take care of my family. And I refused to be a fool. Dancing on the string held by all those big shots. I don't apologize, that's my life, but I thought that when it was your time that you would be the one to hold the strings. Senator Corleone, Governor Corleone, something.
Another Pesanovanta.
Oh. Just wasn't enough time, Michael. Wasn't enough time.
We'll get there, Pop. We'll get there.